All right. Ooh, I'm really excited for this match. Okay, so today we are watching Team ETA versus Team Nail as a Wiener. This appears to be proper ETA Prime with all their core members, and the Nail as a Wiener team has one stand-in with Devil Sunrise playing for Satsa. But this is actually the exact configuration that Nail as a Wiener won the most recent tournament in. So these guys are strong. I'm really, really excited to see this. And what's also really great about this match is that this is actually the first time that Nails Wiener and ETA have gone up against each other. And of course, Nails Wiener is an obvious call out to a member of the ETA team, Nail. So I'm really excited for this. Lots of pride on the line. It's going to be a good match. Opening bands. Getting rid of some really difficult to deal with supports makes a lot of sense. Omni Knight's ultimate is ridiculous late game, and Io is strong both early and late game. Also, Nails Wiener has run Io somewhat recently as well. See what these next bans are. So, and AA makes sense. Another safe ban, just a hero you don't want to deal with. Instant ban Ricky. Not even going to think about it. Pada is obviously drafting again. You know, I'm a firm believer. Just always take at least 10 seconds on every pick. There's no reason not to. You know, the first 30 are free, so just sit there for 10 and be like, "Yep, this is definitely what I want." For 10 seconds, then click it. Let's go. Mindfulness. Viper's a great ban. A lot of people have been saying that the reason NiW won the last tournament is that everyone just kept letting them pick Viper. I also give a lot of credit to Medusa and some of the other more minute details of those drafts. Let's see what the last ban is for the Nails Wiener team. I kind of think that they prefer to be on Dire because of their drafting style. They ban out the things that they just can't deal with, and then they let you do your thing, and they just react. They have a very reactionary style of drafting. It worked well when everyone picked the same thing against them. Let's see how it works against a team they've never played against. First pick Medusa. We're probably going to see the hard support Medusa where you get Refresher and just wacky, silly things, and you get really big, and you get Aeon Disc, and you go for the triple screams and duels. Phantom Lance is a hero that NiW's seen a lot of success with. Makes sense that they would pick him up. He can also really naturally grab that mana draining item. The name escapes me right now. And drain all the mana using his illusions against the Medusa, which is really good because Medusa, obviously, a lot of her tankiness relies on the mana pool. And then a Gyro. All right. Gyro's very good. I feel like he's really famous for being the IO combo piece, but he's also just a really good hero in and of himself. I like that. This raiding team still has all the options in the world. Medusa works in basically any team. She's just a really, really strong dueler. She can be your core and do lots and lots of damage. She can be in the support role, which I suspect is how we'll see her run on this team. Actually, Medusa, yeah, Medusa's go. And then we see the Naga pickup. So here's huge dueling power. They're saying you're not going to win duels against us. So even if we fall behind early game, as long as we can hold on indefinitely, we'll just keep pushing it at overtime and then eventually come back and win. You know, it's really hard to play late game against Medusa, and she's also one of the best stalling heroes. It's frustrating. Bans out the Magnus. Magnus is a great ban. He's a phenomenal hero. Basically gives 1 to 2 of your melee farmers really fast, excellent early farm, and then also, of course, his dueling potential is phenomenal with RP, especially if you can get any combo pieces with him. Darkseer was the famous combo piece that we kept seeing. And then let's see what ETA bans out. Taking just a little bit of reserve time on every pick. I think at this point they might want to be a little careful with it because they want to make sure that their last ban and last pick are really on point. Although, of course, these are important bans as well. What do they want to lock Nails Wiener out of picking? Slark, that's a good one. Yeah, Slark's great. It's really popular right now. You know, he just is. And I believe it's, I want to say Pata, but someone on the Nails and Wiener team likes to play Aghanim Slark, which is my favorite Slark as well. Like soft support, you know, like just like a little bit support, a little bit right click. Slark is super duper good because you get damage no matter what because you steal so many stacks and the stacks last so long. And these fights last so long because everyone's so tanky and you just build them up. So you're going to do damage no matter what. So you just use the ultimate to keep your whole team alive and everything. It's great. This next ban, the ETA team could really use some more. I guess actually both teams could use like some more traditional supports, the kind of camp flash farmy supports. Nails and Wiener has like all the team fight they need. They just ban out both pieces of the combo. Why not? All right. The quick anti-mage ban. All right. Interesting. So this is either saying you guys run a really good anti-mage because you've seen your anti-mage before and we don't want to deal with it. Oh, it's also a counter against the Medusa. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with it against the Medusa. I was going to say that it's a statement that the next picks are probably going to be magic damage, but actually... Nesting Doll? Nesting Doll? What are we going to get? If Nails a Wiener picked 17 is Lifestealer, then they're going for the funniest, coolest strat, and it's actually ridiculously powerful and impossible to deal with. We will find out. ETA has their next pick. How do they want to respond to this Leshrac? I think a Shadow Demon would be a good pickup here. You can get a hold of some of your own Phantom Lancer illusions and start doing some damage with them. Okay. Centaur. Centaur's also a great pick. Deals with right clicks really well. He's going to deal with the Phantom Lancer pretty well. How's it going, VST Felix? All right, let's see if they're going to go for the cheesiest cheese. Nope, they're going to pick up actually just a really, really solid team fighter. This is a phenomenal mega duel team fight bullshit hero. He just doesn't let your team get bursted down. He really didn't get nerfed from when he was first ban in another one of our tournaments. He's pretty much the same hero. I think just Refresher Core is the only part of him that got nerfed because it got removed from the game. It's about it, though, honestly. Troll. Nice. Troll Warlord. That's cool. I think I've only seen him once this tournament season. He's a super good hero. He was really, really popular the first couple tournaments, and then he fell off this most recent one, and I think it's cool seeing a resurgence. This next ban. What do they need to ban out? They banned the Zeus. Okay. In this ban, are they afraid of the Russian Nesting Doll strat? Because if they are, you ban Lifestealer here. Because you say, what happens if Lifestealer builds all auras and an Aghanims, eats the Leshrac who builds all mana regen and Mariah's dagger, and then hops inside of the Abaddon who you cannot kill? They don't have good supports for that combo though. They have two carries on the rest of their team, and that's not exactly the best support for that kind of setup. It's funny strat though. I think if anything, Nails Winner actually needs more lockdown. They don't really have very good reliable stuns there. I think I'd ban Tidebringer to just not have to deal with them. Kunkka Boats, okay, yeah, it's worth banning Kunkka Boats. Kunkka Boats keeps stunning even if you're now stunned, which is really good against their team. And now what will be this last pick? Clinks, I feel like I don't even need to talk about. He's so popular right now. He just kind of, everyone's spamming him. He's ridiculously good. You eat the huge OAA creeps and you get huge. One thing that a lot of people have been forgetting with the Clink strat, though, is that one of your supports should max out at Helm of the Dominator. Which, actually, with a troll in your team, it's also great. Synergizes well with him because he wants, like, free attack speed. He doesn't want to build attack speed. He wants to just kind of get some free attack speed so we can get his fervor charges going. But you max out the Helm of the Dominator because the minimum HP scales really, really high. So you have Clinks eat the massively tanked up Helm of the Dominator creeps, while also there's the Tidehunter. That's what I said. While also supplying a huge amount of attack speed to your team. So it's a really, really good support item even without a Clinks. And then if you have a Clinks, it's like, why wouldn't you? It used to be like core support item because Aura Tank was a really, really, really established role. You'd always have a hero who went Aura Tank, and they'd always max the Helm of the Dom, so that way you could tank bosses easier. We don't see that as much anymore. All right, let's see. Put this guy into free camera and take a look at who's playing what. Pawn and Medusa is almost certainly that really annoying support Medusa, because that's what Ponen's been playing. I've been watching Ponen play that style quite a bit lately. Nail's going to play a flashy troll. Of course, Lionel and Clinks are just going to go farm. Jane Milkshake, Space Creator Sports. Potter's picking up the Leshrac, support Gym Leader Giovanni and the Tide, and Devil Sunrise. We got that support combo there. Support combos are interesting against each other this particular game. I kind of think the Dire Team supports win just because Tide Hunter's really good against supports that rely on right clicks. And then, of course, Arkamo, he tends to be a sit back and farm and then appear and kill everyone kind of person. And Bommy loves his gyro, so it's no surprise that he picked up the gyro. Everyone grabs items and gets going on to get to the runes.
A tithe to the impurities.
My just reward.
Bounty.
Treasures.
Right, there they all go. And then everyone's rushing to get into good positions. Get a poop word right away right there. I assume it was poop. And let's see how the first duel goes. Which of these teams has a good... They actually both have pretty good first duels. I think I favor Dire Team because Shield and Kraken Shell are both really, really strong. And you see that, although they are doing a good job at bursting down the Tide Hunter, which is what you want to do in this kind of duel. Yeah, there's just so much damage coming out of the Dire Team. They have a really good duel team. Nail's going to try to finish off Arkamo in this opening duel, but ends up alone without his supports, and Bommy just rocket barrages him down. Well, they're going to see if they can get any kills while cleaning up there. They don't manage, or they do manage to get one. Who do they kill? I missed it. I'm bad. All right, let's see how everyone positions themselves. We see the ETA team coming in pretty aggressively on Ponen. I don't know if they have any slows or lockdowns. They don't. He's just going to disco away. Get a couple attacks in himself. Get away from my creeps. So the Radiant has this part of the map pretty decently well controlled. They're going to get these, at least that one camp. I don't know if they'll bother contesting the medium camp. Tide Hunter is just off killing easy camps. It's a really good thing for Tide to do. I love seeing the queued up clarities. Having a clarity ticking as a hero like Tide is really, really good because you just kind of want to spam your spells all the time. But they don't cost that much, so a clarity keeps up really well. See a bit of battling here. The shield's popping, doing a lot of damage. I'm happy that Pata's hanging out and fighting as well, although he has no mana, so he can't really do too much else. They pop the Shrine to get some more mana. Ponen taking some of that hard-earned mana back. Jumper J manages to use a full salve, heals back up, which is good. Get some damage on the two of them. Devil Sunrise is going to need to back out of here pretty soon, but Milkshake is needing to run now, so... And of course the shield's back up. They might have enough damage here to take down Jumper J. They're at least making a retreat. These two can't hang out for long. Pata's out of mana, but we got one more attack on him. We get one kill. There we go. Pata with a killing spree streak, and Jumper J is going to need to shrine up. So both teams have had to use their shrines pretty quickly. Establishing space and just letting their carries run off and farm in other places. By carries, I mean gym leader Giovanni, who I think has been killing the most creeps. Let's check. Let's take a look at the creep kills. That's actually what I'm curious about. Last hits and denies. All right, Bommy and Larinal are actually off in places farming, and Bommy seems to be doing quite a bit better than Larinal when it comes to kill counts. How's their net worth? Oh yeah. Gyrocopter's really good at farming the high ground because Gyrocopter with infinite mana can just spam Rocket Barrage, and Rocket Barrage is really good. And if you have infinite mana, you can just spam it. It's beautiful. He doesn't even need those bottles. His teammates will come and collect them. So a little bit more engagement of the supports here. Jumper J's pretty out of position, but he gets a great stomp. The shield almost finishes him off. Goes for the Anchor Smash, doesn't quite get him. I guess the biggest problem with this support duo is they don't have a lot of range damage, especially since there's no points in Mist Coil yet. I suspect we're going to see the 1-point wonder Curse of Avernus. Somewhere off in the jungle, Larinal is killing a camp. But Bommy's killing one slightly quicker. Smart to go for medium camps. We see the networks aren't insanely different between Larinal and Bommy, but the levels are ridiculously different, and that's because Bommy's going for medium camps after clearing out the high ground, and medium camps give the most XP. They give so much XP. They're definitely the best ones. Medium camps are very, very good. Okay, I'll catch up with you then. What are you trying later? I can carry some stuff and meet up with you with it. Alright, looks like the Dire team's doing a really good job at capturing farm on the map and also controlling the enemy team supports. This is going really well for them. I assume they're up in most metrics. Yep, makes sense. There are two very strong farmers on the Radiant team still, and the graph's actually evening out a little bit more as time goes, but it's a strong start for the Dire team. It's a very loud truck. That seems unnecessary. Nice. We see Gym Leader Giovanni coming over here to take the corner creep. Nope, he's not going to commit to stealing it. Oh, because they're committing to stealing this. This is awesome. So, Nail's a Wiener team, I think, is also kind of famous for pioneering the don't go for early bosses meta. And I like that they're now leveraging that time that they're gaming to steal the ancient stack. That's smart, man. See how this duel goes. I expect Nail's a Winner to do really well in this duel. They're higher level all around. And that matters a lot in these early duels because you just have more ultimates, you have more spells. Larinal manages to take down Bommy for a good chunk of change, but either way, they're going to finish off this ancient stack, and they just gain quite a lot from that. And now they're all going to TV back and take their boss. So now they're gonna get a boss barely any slower, really. You know, they're not losing that much time, all things considered. But they stole the enemy ancient stack. And that makes a pretty big difference. So right now the gold chart's going to be disproportional because the cores are worth so much. So once this boss drops, we'll see what the actual gold difference is after that play. There we go, you see it adapting. They're up 5k. It's still It's still rendering, but you can see right there they're up 8k right now. So that play definitely paid off quite a bit, and they'll probably take their own ancient stack now. Gyrocopter being excellent at kiting lots of camps in at once, of course. Yep, I think it's totally worth it to use an ultimate to take on the stack. It looks like they've already killed this stack once, because it looks a lot weaker than the one that they just took. Or it's actually probably all the cleave boots that the team has now. Speaking of, let's take a quick look at what boots people got. All right. Ooh, triple farming boots on the Radiant team. That is very interesting. We don't see that very much at all. We've been seeing single and double most of the time. Let's take a look at these fights before we talk more about the boots. Looks like Dire team's just going to establish their space, and Radiant's going to need to back off. They can't really fight this team yet. You see them establishing themselves very well. Looks like they're going to catch out the Nail overstepping his bounds. Almost. Oh, yep, they do kill Archimo, and Larnell might even get away with this. Nope. They drop down a Word of Revelation, Sentry Word, and kill him. All right, so we got Mana Boots, triple farming, and Tranks. I do like mixing Tranks and Arcanes. I think that's actually really, really good. I think the triple farm is interesting, especially when your team's behind, which means you don't have as much map control, which means that you're not going to have as much access to creeps as you would like. Pause, either for player problems or technical difficulties. Either way, it gives us a chance to look at more boots. We see, oh my god, no one got Tranks on Nails Wiener. Nails Wiener apparently does not believe in this new fancy Tranks meta, and they say, you know what, Arcane boots are good enough for us, and in fact, Gym Leader Giovanni's going to go TP boots. And then classic double cleave. Didn't expect these two to get anything else. It was really just a question of if either one of them would go for phase boots, which you get occasionally. You usually get it when you already have a built-in cleave mechanism, since the cleave isn't as strong on phase boots, but I think in most people's opinion, the active effect is stronger. Or the other effect, since power treads are passive. It's funny that we see the Gyrocopter not combining the Staculas into a Spectacular, just not bothering to spend that extra, I think it's like either 500 mana, I believe. Oof. Quick little massacre for the Dire team. They go ahead and use the Tide, whatever. You know what? We just want to kill your fart carry. It's worth it to us. Just put a little stunt in his growth. Most of this ETA team, both teams for that matter, like neither team is really that close to getting 6 slotted. So damaging their economy is always really good. Distracting them is always really good. Especially the farming carries like the Clinks. I see Bami just kind of taunting the Clinks, staying just outside of his range of effectiveness and just farming creeps. And the beautiful thing about it is that he's getting farm and the Clinks isn't because he's too busy distracted by Bami. Supports managed to spot Clinks because of that well-placed Sentry Word. They don't have any real follow-up, though. Nice. The Sentry Word game for this Dire team is definitely on point. Showing that you can still get a lot done with Sentry Words despite the recently added cooldown. Alright, let's see a little bit.
You need to make sure you bring the cooler, and you need to get, like...
3 bags of ice in the cooler?
Yeah, but you
Okay.
can't come, like...
I don't know what that means, but I'll be there after this. Okay.
Okay. And then grab, like...
Okay, also grab beer. So beer, 3 bags of ice in the cooler? Okay.
I'll grab, like...
Okay, sounds good. Going to a beach party after this. Okay, thank you. All right, we see Dire team going in for the first boss kill on the map. Well, like neutral boss kill. It's decent timing. They've all finished a good amount of items. They're doing it as 5, so they're just obliterating these bosses, no problem. Jumper J needs to use an ultimate to get away. I mean, he's level 13, has decent items, but this is a level 20 Gyro with more boss kills, and he's 6 slotted. See if we can manage to kill the... Yep, they managed to take down the boss before the duel, so that way they don't have to... Or actually, is this a capture point? No, it's duel, yeah. Who is where? Yeah, this will be the fun one. Both Larnell and Bommy are in this one. The gyrocopter and the clinks. Wow. They all just kind of get annihilated, but Larnell's putting out some serious damage, gets locked down, though, and tanky is something that Larnell is not. Meanwhile, Arkham Pada in the other one. Yeah, that was actually a very good duel split for the Dire team as well. The specific combinations were very hard to beat by really any combination by the Radiant team. All right, we see them cleaning up a couple more bosses. See some sweet custom bottles. Yep, both teams working on finishing up their items, wrapping up those last couple slots. Now that a lot of them have passive gold coming in, or cleave to clean up these camps a lot quicker, and of course the amount of gold that you get for killing the creeps is going up dramatically every minute. So everyone's getting more money to finish up these items. It's just basically Larnell and Bommy here. Larnell does a lot of damage, but so does Bommy. They managed to surround the gyrocopter, which is taking a lot of his damage off. Larnell's trying to sink out damage from the high ground. Is Bommy on offsides? He is on offsides, so he needs to actually step off of that high ground. Otherwise, it's going to start to eat him alive. He's pretty low on HP, and he knows that the Clinks is hunting him right now, but the Clinks is also low on HP. Nail comes out of nowhere with full stats, ready to try to take him down. Larnell's in the background just pissing rain on him. And they managed to take down the gyrocopter, which is a big kill for this Dire team. They're handling this engagement really, really well. Medusa's getting the scream off. Pada's trying to put out little bits of damage, but turns around one too many times and also has a boss active on him, so he needs to get out of there before that boss really messes him up. He's burning through his mana with the ultimate, even though he's not really in range for most of them, but he manages to get him with that. They're diving deep, but they can't dive that deep because this team has not killed both of their tier 1 bosses yet. Good fight, good fight. ETA is showing a little bit of life that fight, you know? It's not completely over. Medusa finally showing up in a fight. I mean, Medusa is one of their strongest team fighting areas, and we also didn't see any song there. And they have Aghanim's song, which is really, really, really good because they can just heal up the whole team in the middle of a fight halfway through. They scare off Nail, and they go for this boss. They're doing this as 5, so they feel pretty safe to just go for this hostile boss because, honestly, what's the Dire team going to do? Or the Radiant team, I mean, going to do about it? All 5 are here. Ooh, what they're going to do is instantly kill Pada, so that way it's a more even fight. Either way, though, they need to make sure they're staying on this point. They've got 3 people on the point now, and they're actually managed to doing a lot of damage. But Arkhimo's still alive, and Arkhimo has a lot more HP and a lot more of him. Oh, but they're melting, actually. What is he dying to? My god. Nail just killed all of them. And they take this boss. Well played. Wow. That's an awesome swing for them. So they got a ton of gold for the team fight, ton of XP for the team fight, and they got a core without having to fight the boss. Nails and Winter definitely overstepped their bounds there. They just have been boss rushing for too long. They need to kill some more creep camps. They need to get more XP. They need to make sure that they're ready to do those kinds of serious hostile maneuvers. Maybe pick off one of them before going for the boss fight. Chimney Giovanni finds Pawnin. Pawnin screams. She doesn't like this. This is a bad touch. She keeps screaming, but she just dies anyway. And that's dead Pawnin. I love that the Dire team's still playing aggressively, but not as aggressively as before. They're just making their rotations of the map and taking all the farm. And every time they find them, they fight. This time they need to take Nail more seriously. Look at the permabash. The permabash just keeps going. They just keep bashing Bobby. Oh my god. The Nail permabash is seriously dealing with this gyrocopter well. But he's struggling to deal with the Arkhimo. Does he have a Battle Fury? He does have a Battle Fury. See Larnell trying to pick people off. Doesn't quite do enough to kill Pada, though. Oh, man, and then he's going to die for it. Does not manage to escape. And then meanwhile, somewhere, Almy killed their other tier 1. Now they're going to go for Charger. Charger's tier 2 now. get that pretty easily. Let's see what this Dark or Radiant team's up to. Just getting farm. They need to get a lot more levels on Ponin. Ponin's really important for their team. This, you know, scream after scream after scream Medusa is really, really strong, but Ponin's about to walk into the Dire team. Oh man, I love the Rod of Atos build-up on the Leshrac to guarantee the easy stuns. That's pretty funny. I guarantee you that's going to become a Hex at some point, but it's a good build-up for it, on Leshrac especially. Oh, Archimo gets caught out by Larinal, and in fact, Larinal's just sinking through all of them. They didn't kill Larinal. They didn't find Larinal, and Larinal was allowed to just sit in the back and do this. Pata's going to try to do something about him, but Pata doesn't really have any mechanisms to heal, so he's all damage right now. He didn't go that much sustain in his build. Ponin made a huge mistake by not going Tranquils. I completely agree. I'm very surprised that Ponin went Power Trides here. I think especially as the team that's behind, it's weird to get triple farming because there's 3 farming or you know, cleave boots. What I mean when I say that on this team. I think Ponin definitely needs to go Tranks and just and work on taking the enemy corner creeps, because the Nails and Wiener team's good at a lot of things, but they actually don't take their own corner creeps that much. They take yours more than they take their own. Going for this tier 3 boss. It's going to be very uncontested because Radiant doesn't really have that much vision anymore. I think when you're behind, vision is more important than ever because you need to be able to dodge the enemy when you want to dodge them and fight them when you want to fight them, and you need really good vision for that. You know, if the Dire team happened to have vision of this, because it definitely goes both ways. And Chase net worth shows how insane Tranks are. Yes, it's true. Tranks, I think early, like the first couple levels of Tranks are really, really overpowered, and then they fall off in the latter levels. But yeah, Tranks are the meta, man. Tranks are so good. It's a combination of the Tranks effect, the larger map making for more roaming, and also the fact that there are corner creeps to Tranks down. And when you Tranks a corner creep as a support, it's insane. The time to net worth efficiency on that is nuts. Going over and taking down the corner creeps. I love the corner creeps. I think they're a fantastic mechanic. You know, you can see how much this team is not farming their corner creeps because Archimo gained like 3 levels off that corner creep because they're just letting them stack up. I love the constant flow of items just pouring in. Everyone's taking a break and getting some farming done. You see the Dire team is spreading vision during this time as well. The supports are dropping wards everywhere, while the Radiant team is actually just focusing on desperately trying to get farm and stuff, and they're not really warding that much. We do see 1 ward drop right there, but oh, it's not quite in range of the sentry. I was going to say it's just going to get taken down right away. There's actually a sentry right there as well. It's just out of range of both. It's actually a great ward spot because of it. Take back all criticism. I was wrong. Archimo's just going to solo this boss. Yeah, Phantom Lancer can solo simple bosses, unless the boss has some sort of cleave effect or anything like that. Phantom Lancer is insanely good against them. A lot of our bosses we specifically designed to be good against Phantom Lancer, just because of how strong he is good against a lot of bosses. Both teams going for some bosses while leaving 1 or 2 off to farm. Actually, this team's just going for 2 different bosses at once is what's happening. And Archimo occasionally deposits illusions. Doesn't even leave him behind to farm, though. Take a look at some graphs. Oh, look at that. Radiant's actually climbing ahead in XP. So they're starting to capture a lot of the farm on the map is what that means to me. Go look at Nail go. Nail's permabash build, I suspect, is frustrating the shit out of Bombi right now. Because he is just locking him down. That is incredible. Here comes spawning with the scream, but I think it's way too little and way too late. I mean, you can stun them all. You're still dead, and your team's already gone by the time that scream started. Larnell farming. Alright, we see teams getting vision. Destroying enemy vision. See, babe. I love that sound. When it hits a million units at once. I can't wait to watch Arkamo go for ogres because I know he's gonna try to dodge all the stuns with the Phantom Lancer thing. It's just so fun. Oh wow. Did they just randomly guess and ping out that this team's currently doing an ogre and now they're just gonna come here and massacre them? Because I believe that's what's happening. Alright, we get a duel. It's a 5v5 duel as well. Interesting, so we're gonna have an all-out 5v5 fight followed by another all-out 5v5 fight once this breaks. We see Larnell going uncontested and some big stuns allowing them to actually DPS down most of the heroes. Gyrocopter can't do much if he's just stunned and dead the whole time. In fact, this fight's going really well for this Radiant team. They finally have one die just then. Nail keeps almost dying, but he's healing back to full using Satanic. That fight was awesome for the Radiant. They just massacred them in an all-out fight. Now, are they... They know that they're here, because they saw them come and attack. Yeah, they're like placing wards and getting ready. Are they going to... Yep, you see the dodge. There it is. Are we going to see them try to contest this, though? Or are they just going to say, you know, we're really going to fight on our terms. So let's fight when it's good for us. Let's not risk bad engagements, because that's also a smart play. I'm sorry about the sirens. Taking down some twins, taking down some bosses, taking down some camps. We see the entire team staying convincingly in the lead net worth-wise. It is funny that it's Jay that's staying right behind. It's showing his power of the Tranks. And I guess also what it's showing is how much the Dire team is smothering out the Radiant's farm. Because the only farm that they're able to get is from the farming boots, which makes the Tranks, and of course, Nail's a good farmer, so he's going to have decent farm as well, but I think it's why the Tranks are superficially high on that team. It's because the team just doesn't have that much opportunities to farm, so they're really missing out in comparison to the Tranks, which are so strong right now with corner groups.
My pension.
All right. Team's taking down bosses, spreading out, getting farm. I think when this happens, it's generally good for Radiant because it's helping them stay caught up with levels. Especially every time Larnell gets to take down an Ancient camp. It's really, really good for their team. Oh, poor Ponin. That's, I mean, they caught you, they put out their damage, they put out their stuns, you were dead. All right, let's see how they handle capture points. This is the tier 1? No, that was capture point ending. Never mind. Ignore my gesture about capture points. See them taking down Edgelord Uriel. Looks like he's still Arkamo's items. Yeah. At that point, the two teams going for mirrored. Oh, no, that's just the spiders. It's not a crash, it's just the spiders. Don't worry. Yeah, they paused for the lag. That's not unreasonable. Oh, it actually disconnected Vommy. That's hilarious. All right. So is the comeback happening? Is this possible? We saw them really win a team fight a minute ago. I think this team has what it. So I think one of the most important things that the Radiant team has that it really, really needs in order for this comeback to happen is the ability to win final duels. And this Radiant team can really win final duels as long as they juggle their ultimates properly and everything. They're gonna be able to get some serious work in these duels just because of the scream and the song. They're absurdly good. Pawnen's very good at getting the really quick... Oh, didn't go Blink Dagger this game. Panen usually gets a Blink Dagger. Mjolnir looks like the replacement for the Blink Dagger. I assume it's... I don't know why you'd get that, actually. That's weird. I don't get why people buy Mjolnir. It's just a bizarre item to me, honestly. But I guess she just wants to put out some lightnings as well and just make a little lightning storm. Because it's not like the lightnings deal enough to actually do serious damage to high-level... Phantom Lancer Illusion. Phantom Lancer Illusions are really tanky. That? Oh, they found them right here, and they used their ultimates to stop them. Oh, that was hilarious. I didn't realize why that was happening. I thought maybe it was a mistake. The big strategic pause. Look at this fight. Wow, they were... Okay, Nails and Wiener was not ready for that. I mean, they said they were ready for the pause. I'm sure it wasn't a BM unpause, but they were not ready for that unpause. That was awesome. Holy crap. Oh, man. They just fucked up. Can they get Archimo? Archimo's a big kill, but he's slippery. He's going to get away. Jim Leader Giovanni comes in to try to support the Pata, who is basically out of resources. We do see the Pata picks up a regen item, something with some survivability. He's not all offense now, which is good. There we go. They take down Nail, and without Nail, this team is a lot rougher because they can't get that single target perma-stun. Alright. I think it's very classic of NiW to, after, like, kind of going even in a fight, maybe even losing, I'd say losing that fight, go to the enemy team and farm all their ancients. Teams tend to collapse into their base right after objectives are completed, and I think that this team's good at recognizing that, so they always just go over to the enemy side and farm a bunch of their camps and leave right after objectives are done, even if they lose the objective. Pata dancing in and out of damage range against Jumper J, knowing that he can't really do that much damage, but they can slow him down and wait for the rest of the team. And, of course, he's just going to ultimate away, though. All right, and there's a rocket headed for this duel. Where'd that rocket go? Can I booty vision rocket? Yeah, you can. Who even cares what's going on in the duel, man? This is where the real party's at. Oh, yeah. Look at, you can see the effects from the duel. This is magical. This is how you should enter every duel. Go into normal view. There we go. All right. Anyway, so here we see Nail trying to fight Archimo. Archimo Pata, which is a pretty good combination. This is the combination that stomped in a duel earlier, and it looks like they're going to stomp in this duel as well. Over here, we see Panen finishing off whoever else was over here. TP'd back, so he gets pushed into the corner. And then, I guess he's gonna sit. He's not even really hiding. There you go. He's at least in the corner now. Panen's hasted and triple damaged and invisible, so Devil Sunrise isn't even gonna see Panen coming. Little disarm, little ultimate. Panen's way faster, has all of the disables, and prevents heals. But I think Abaddon's actually going to stall this out for long enough. Blade Mail. Next tier, he gets the Martyr's Mail. Martyr's Mail is what makes Abaddon insane. Martyr's Mail, Aghanim's Abaddon is just so impossible to deal with. So they're going to have to figure out how to win duels against that also. But I guess they have the stall to just wait it out. You know, when the ultimate pops, Naga can just song and wait for it to be over. Heal her team up instead of yours. They can't even accidentally damage you guys to cause heals. Going for bosses, getting some farm. Nice. We see Ponin going for some ancient stacks, getting that farm going. We see the Bloodstone, which actually has a decent number of charges. Well done. It's hard to keep charges on a Bloodstone, but the Bloodstone will become an Aeon Disc. Alright, this is a really rough position for Radiant, but we've seen by those last couple of fights that when they get the combo and they get the setup, Dire doesn't actually have much of a response, and they all just kind of get bursted down, especially with how much damage Nail's starting to do. Nail's getting really scary. He's got that huge upgraded cleave, so as long as he's pounding into one of you, half your team's going to take pure damage. It's a lot, man. We see mass Cafefe. I guess that's Radiant team saying just nope. You don't get to heal. It's gonna be very good against the Vampire Fang. It's well known that Bombi likes to build his gyro with Vampire Fang. So it's gonna be great against that. It's gonna stop the Martyr's Mail healing once the Martyr's Mail is built. Heart transplant healing, which isn't broken by the receiver, but only by the person holding the heart transplant. So you can give the heal effect to other people as long as they're not taking. That's not going to take effect. That's a lot of heals they're preventing. It's a reasonable itemization. What's everybody's levels? Wow, Abaddon's only level 29. That's so low. I mean, these supports are low too, but 32 and 35 are a lot better than 29. I mean, now he's 30, but still. 29 sounded worse. And we see actually Bombi's effectively max level. Level 50 doesn't really matter. Arkimo only one level off. What is the part of this ultimate that scales? Ooh, the trigger chance. And their damage. And max illusions. No, max illusions don't. But trigger chance and damage goes up, so he's going to build his army quicker, and they're going to do more damage. So this is definitely a risky fight for the Dire team, because they're all going to start taking serious offsides penalty damage soon. In fact, they need to start getting out of here. They're getting a lot of damage out, though, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to be able to finish off any of these heroes without needing to back out. Excuse me. See them re-engaging. Now that the offsides have worn off. Coming in here to just harass and get kills and stop them from doing things and distract their whole team. Bombi going so deep for these kills. Arkimo's probably going to die to off. Nope, he doesn't quite die to offsides. Between the heart transplant, his donated heart. And going invulnerable for a moment with the... Is it W that does that? Yeah, W. Just barely survives. Alright, and the two teams separate and just go for bosses. As one does. Creep camps are getting decently farmed. Not very many of these are super stacked up. In fact, we see the Phantom Lancer clearing them out now a bit. The high ground creep camps are getting pretty big on this team. Yeah, it kind of gives you a feel for how active the players are being. The state of the different creep camps. I think that the fact that the largest stacks are on Dire team high ground shows how active this team's being. They're not really going back to their base that often. Duel in 10 seconds, 87. They're starting to gun for that final duel now. They definitely want to get there before like the you know, the support Medusa and some of these other heroes really come online. Isn't the other duel? It's Ponin and Gym Leader Giovanni. It's an interesting fight. Not really. So over here, though, we see Arcamo just melting everyone. Larnell manages to get away and hops up to the high ground. Arcamo just follows him up there, though. He says, nope, you're not getting away. I'm going to be right on top of you. Milkshake sings, but he sings too late. And now they're all just going to get Phantom Lancered, because I don't know if they have the damage to deal with this Arcamo. Though Arcamo is taking a fair bit of damage himself. Nail's still alive, actually. Nail can kill anyone. I'm not sure if actually Arcamo can deal with Nail. I didn't realize Nail was still there. Trying to kill off Milkshake, might get it. Gets the stun off, though. Nail's going to get triple damage and just, you know, get off of my support. He's just A-clicking through the army of illusions. Milkshake's healing up quickly between the different tanky items that he has. And Arcamo's just running for dear life. They lock him down. They get the stun off. They get the bash off. Dead. Wow. Nail's scary. Nail's really, really scary. And the Phantom Lancer actually doesn't stand a chance against Nail. This group stands a very good chance against Nail. See, this is how you kill the Nail. You don't get near him, and you just kill him. Yeah, Doppelganger has insanely low cooldown. You can just kind of spam it. At one point, it was actually so low that you could just have infinite Doppelganger, and you could, like, just go into it, constantly be invulnerable. That was funny. Good times. Arnold's scouting around. The team's doing other things. Looks like the Dire team spots out some of the supports from ETA, but ETA disengages. Dire team's spreading all around the map. They're just going to kill all the creeps again. Once again, the Gyrocopter. We see him in this position, you know, right around here, clearing out this group of camps a lot. And it's obviously working. It's the highest level in the game. Well, got to 50 first, you know. And there's not a lot of people tied for highest. Back to network. Boots to Tide go. Tide when TP, we see the weakness of TP boots if you're not really, really, really anal and good about following your carry. You have to follow your carry super duper tightly. But if you do follow your carry, you get like more net worth than they do, because you actually get an amplified version of the cold that the carry's getting. Of course, Troll Warlord is phenomenal taking bosses, but wow, Clinks is the real boss killer, though. Look at him. He just decides which boss to kill. That's what happens when you do 1,600 damage. Did any of the supports grab a Helm of the Dominator? They do it this time. Were they clever? I don't see one. I don't see any clever tricks. Oh, we're just eating corner cramps. How is Ponin's item build-up going? Got the big things, getting the refresher orb up there. Got the maxed out Aghanim Scepter. I think that matters a lot against this team because the extra 7 split talents is going to help deal with the Phantom Lancer a lot better. I'm going to make sure to be applying that effect on all of them. Got a weird notification. Sorry, got distracted. Alright, so Dire team only needs a couple more kills to trigger a final duel. But the Radiant team's starting to get maxed out items, so they're starting to reach their maximum potential. And their 5v5 is really good. Last couple duels have all been split duels, so we haven't gotten a good chance to see this team properly 5v5ing. This is the upgraded Ogre, so you really don't want to get hit by him. He does a lot of damage, even to tanks. Well, I guess Jay can actually just tank it, but he still does a lot. Larnell, on the other hand, does more. Oh, he almost went into Omni Party mode. He's invulnerable for a little bit and does a bunch of damage when he goes into that mode, but they managed to cancel it once and then kill him before it got off the second time. All right, here's another duel. So if the Dire team wins the duel, or even if they just win the 4v4 duel. Oh, this is an interesting fight here. Wait, is Bomby AFK? All right, well, that wasn't a very fair duel. But if Dire team manages to win this duel, then it will trigger a final duel because they'll get 4 kills and the 1 point for winning the duel. That's important. However, Ponin is getting work done. That's actually incredible. Ponin is just melting them. They're going to win this duel. Dire did not get a single kill in either one of those duels. That was straight shut out by ETA for those duels. Well done, well done. Showing that they definitely still have some life in them. They definitely still have the damage. They definitely still have the lockdown. Of course, that full triple scream does require using Refresher Orb and the ultimate before the duel. So right after the duel, both are on cooldown. So that combo can't actually be done for another 150 seconds after. And that's really important when you have like a duel that then could trigger a final duel. So because Ponin decided to use that, if Dire had been able to trigger a final duel then, they wouldn't have had the triple scream ready. They would have in fact only had a single scream ready. But it's definitely the right play there. Definitely. Because if you do win the duel, it stalls out the game in the same way, prevents 5 points from them. And if you're not able to win a duel with the triple scream, then you weren't going to win a final duel with it either, so oh well. Bomby oversteps and just gets obliterated by Larnell. Larnell disarmed, but with BKB active, ready to get some serious damage done. Ponin screaming, as Ponin does, and just keeping the supports back here locked down while the carries run off and do their things. Song interrupts, but just once again a little too late to actually save the Clinks. Capture points in 30 seconds, and Bomby's back to life and here to deal some damage. He's ready. Ponin's not able to get attack. Oh, Ponin's dead. I was going to say Ponin's not able to disable Bomby's healing for a moment, which allowed him to get back up to full using that Vampire Fang. And now it's just the can we actually kill Archimo game, and the answer is usually no. Yeah, they don't even try to continue pursuing. Excuse me. Alright, this is the 45-minute capture point. Seasons are worth a lot more. Just ultimating random creep camps. Just getting that farming, man. Gotta get that farming. So capture points also give a point, which means that this dire team only needs 2 more kills or boss kills once this is captured right here. Bommy might be getting caught out here. Yep. Melted by Larnell. Larnell does 1,000,000 damage, and Bommy's not nearly tanky enough to handle that just alone and unexpected. Especially not with Doom activated on him. He bought Doom, he used it, it's strong. Larnell's doing an insane amount of damage, so does Nail. The dual core DPS from this Radiant team is insane. Both of them individually have absolutely bonkers DPS compared to any hero on the Dire team, which is really, they're all much more longer fight, deal damage over time, out-survive kind of carries. And they're getting bursted down. That's how you kill them, you just burst them down. Don't let them sit there and lifesteal off you for 10 minutes. Don't let them go invulnerable every 3 seconds and spawn 1,000,000 of himself. Just burst them down. And a single target perma-stun definitely doesn't hurt. Let's see what the team thinks about this. Oh yeah, also notice how there was no lag at all that time. That is, again, because it's only when they're first spawned, when a new high water mark of the number of units this time. Nail chasing Bommy all the way into the base. Bommy trying to fight back. Gym Leader Giovanni here to try to help. It looks like they're going to be able to take down Nail pretty easily. Back here in the main fight, we see that because Bommy was pushed out, we got to pause. Oh, we got to repause. Accidental unpause. Intentional unpause. BM pause? Alright, so 76 to 100 now. Wow, Radiant Team's up in gold now. When did that happen? What the fuck? Wow, way to go, guys. Alright, let's do a quick scan of the items. Radiant Team, they've got a maxed out item or 2, but, I mean, there's no one that's fully actually, Jumper J is somehow full. Oh yeah, because Jumper J has more gold than, like, everyone else. And then over on the Dire team, they're basically all maxed. Oh, and we see Bubble Orb. Bubble Orb is so good. Bubble Orb just, like, protects you from basically everything. Bommy's hosting me now. I guess their game probably ended. I wonder who won. I don't know. So we're waiting for the pause to end. Yeah, so most of the Dire team has everything maxed out. And they've even got elixirs with everything maxed out. Duel. Oh, this is the final duel. Oh yeah, I suspect the game ended 2 minutes ago. Let's see how this goes. Radiant Team's been fighting really, really good with a 5v5 lately, though. And they have the full triple song ready? This is at least the second one, so hopefully they can get all 3 off and really stop this. We see an overlap with the... Ooh, but they let Nail die. Once again, the song slightly too late. You need to save Nail. You need to save the Clinks. You can't let them die. You always got to sing for them. And both of them are dead now. I think that's probably it for the Dire team, or the Radiant team, because those were their big damage dealers. Alright, now they just slowly whittle down Jumper J. And there they go. Let's look at how much MMR everyone gained and lost, because that's what really, really matters here. Nail lost 17 MMR. Let's all just, like, be psyched about that, because that's awesome. Bommy getting 17. Arkamo up into the 1400s now. Let's go. Everyone's staying nice. Larnell down to 1577. Oh no. Dire victory. 19 kills.